Hello, 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 beautiful people. I hope all is well. I hope all is well. Welcome to the Align with Alison show. I am Alison. I am a certified dating and relationship coach, and I primarily work with singles to help them find the love and commitment that they deserve. So if you are new to my page, the first thing that I want to share with you is, how do you get your questions answered for absolutely free by me? Well, this is how it works. So every Wednesday I do this live stream, right? This free live Q&A. So every Tuesday, 24 hours before, so normally around 5 p.m., I post this story. It's a green story, right? By the way, I really like this artwork that I did. But anywho, this green story right here is what I post. And then in the box is where you can put the question. Please make sure that you're putting the question in the box for that story, because how Instagram works is that it collects all of the questions. I don't want to get too close. I don't want nobody's names to show. All of the questions there. And then I have one place that I can go and I can read the questions and I can answer those questions. If you DM them to me, I cannot find them. If you put them as a comment underneath the story, I cannot find them. So please do me the favor so I can help you. Follow the instructions. Here is the story. It always looks like this. Green. Ooh, I have a question. And then you put your little question thing right there. That's how I can find it. So every Wednesday I go live around this time. Normally it's 6 p.m. Eastern. But I thought I was going to have an appointment at 6. And then I ended up not having that appointment at 6. So I pushed this up to 5. So now I'm here early. But guess what? Now I get off early. So even Stevens. Thank you, Miss Stephanie Blair, for purchasing a badge. I appreciate you and welcome. Touching Live CPR, thank you for joining. Ash Lash Collection, thank you for joining. Aisha, Tab Simone, Dreams 12, I think I got that right. Raw Vegan Goddess, thank you for joining the live stream today. If there's anyone who you think can benefit from talking about dating and relationships and getting clarity, please go ahead and share my page and share this live with them by clicking on the arrow that's right there at the bottom of your screen. And if I'm spitting and I'm dropping some gems, I'm gonna need you to purchase a badge and show some love. Yes, Bree, the question thing is working again. Let me tell you, so for the last couple of weeks, if you guys haven't been on here for some strange reason, Instagram didn't allow me to swipe up to see all the stories. So all the questions. So as the questions came in, I had to screenshot them, email them to myself, open up my email on my iPad. It was a whole mess. So today, Instagram has been kind and all the questions are right here. So it should be easy. Guess what, y'all? We have hit a record. I have received 22 questions today. 22 questions. And so we're going to have to put some boundaries up. I'm very passionate about boundaries, y'all. Welcome, Miss Brown. Thank you for joining the live. The boundaries are going to be this. I can only answer one question per person. So I know that I always say, hey guys, if once you follow the instructions, I will guarantee to answer your question. So today's the day that we're going to make a little bit of a change. Actually, what it's going to be is I will guarantee to answer one question per person. So the 22 questions I received today is going to go down to like 15, because I had some people submit like 4 questions. Come on, y'all. If you have that much that you need unearthed, then I'm going to need you to click the link in my bio and schedule a 30 or hour-long session with me. Trust me, you are going to have next steps. You're going to be able to know exactly what to do moving forward. And I'm going to give you some motivation on how to stick to your plan and your goals. So beautiful people, we are going to jump right in. Thank you, Taylor, for joining. I see you tagging some folks. Does that work? Like, can you just tag a friend and then they will get the alert? Please let me know if it works like that. The Universal Garden, thank you for joining. Gigi Lovely, I've missed you. D. James. Oh, sorry, James. I always use James as my example for men in my scenarios. And James is like, hello, can you think of a new name? So I think I'm going to use Tommy. Tommy is going to be the new name that I use in my examples for men, okay? Usually it's Tiffany for women. Amanda, thank you for joining. Being the noob, thank you for joining. My good friend Tip is always here. Thank you, thank you. Hefe, thank you for joining. All right, let's jump in. So again, unfortunately, if you submitted mad questions, I'm only answering one, because time is of the essence, and I want to make sure that everyone gets an opportunity to get some feedback from your favorite dating and relationship coach. Okay, so question. Is it okay for a woman to pay for a man to go on a trip before there's a commitment? And guys, you know what I like. I want feedback. I don't want to just hear my own amazing voice. I want to get some feedback. What are your thoughts? And I will gladly read them aloud. Is it okay for a woman to pay for a man to go on a trip before there's a commitment? We have FAQs only who says no, strong no. Shay, NYCE, or is that Nietzsche? Or is, y'all, by the way, you know that a Nietzsche, like what the brand we used to wear back in the day, is not a Nietzsche. It's supposed to be NYC. Mind blown. Bree says, okay, if that's what you like, but I ain't doing it. Gigi Lovely says, no, he's trying to take advantage of you. Sky High 25 says no. Golden Heart, I know her. She's from Canada. And you know, Canadians, they're nice, right? Especially compared to me, New Yorkers. She says, no, that's okay. Oh, she said not okay. Yeah, not okay. Oh, I'm on the wrong page. What do you mean I'm on the wrong page? Oh, she's on the wrong page. Okay. What's their definition of commitment? That's a question I always ask. Arthur says it's her money. Let her spend it how she wants to. It's my money and I need it now. We have a no. We have Lovely who says yes, if that's what she wants to do. However, she should not expect a relationship from it. All right. She says Shay Nice. Got it. Shay Nice. Okay. Aniche, East New York Clothing Exchange. But they said it's pronounced NYC. That's what I heard. I don't know. I'm not setting that precedence. Okay. Oh, Lauren says, hi, Alison. Thank you to be here. Thank you for coming. Hello. Thank you for coming. All right. What are my thoughts? If you got it, flaunt it. If you want to pay and buy something nice for somebody and you got it, go on ahead. Buy whatever the heck you want to buy. I would say this for men or women. However, please do not expect that this person is now committed to you because you paid for a trip. Like, that's not what we're going to do, right? Just like we would be offended if a gentleman were to buy a woman a bag or buy you a bag or shoes and then expect you to have sex with them, right? So if you got it, it ain't tricking if you got it. Man, woman, almost child, right? However, please do not expect now that that person owes you something, especially a commitment, if you decided that you wanted to blow a bag on this trip. Now, are you asking me would I blow a bag on a guy that I wasn't committed to? I actually would say yes, but let me tell you why. I would spend money on anyone that I value. I have, I would say 3 male friends. I have 3 male friends. And if I got it, I would spend some money on them and I would expect nothing back because they're just a friend, right? So if you got it and you feel like you're in a giving mood, give it to anybody who you feel like is deserving, right? But please do not expect that now this person in return is going to be your man because you bought them an expensive gift. Just like women are many times offended when a guy does something nice for them, like take them on a date. By the way, that's not nice. We're both getting to know each other, but a lot of guys think so. Very good point, Paris. I'm going to say that. Don't expect that I'm going to give you sex because you took me out on a date. Don't expect that I'm going to give you sex because you bought me a bag or a pair of shoes. So do not expect that this gentleman is now automatically your man because you chose to be kind and give. And is it really kindness if you have something expected back? So my best friend Paris is on here. She said, you just took me on vacation. I ain't expect nothing from Paris back. I do not. Because I felt like my friend deserved props, right? She graduated with her degree in nursing. She's an RN. And so my friends and I decided that we wanted to take a girls trip and we wanted to treat her with no expectation. If I have that with my friends, I'm going to have that with a guy that I'm seeing. Now, if you're concerned that this gentleman is here to use and abuse you, then perhaps you don't want to be as giving. If you are concerned that, or you expect something back, then you're not a giving person. This is manipulation. And please do not give it because he will owe you nothing. And then you will blame him and say, you know, my favorite line, N words ain't this, B words ain't that. Nah, don't do it. Only do it if you are in the giving mood. And this is something that you feel like this person deserves with or without a committed relationship with you. Okay. Paris says, don't try to steal my friend. She isn't available. And I know I saw my husband on here earlier, who said 100%. I don't know what the 100% was, but yeah, everything I say is 100%. Thank you, babe. A special shout out to Wellington Event Rentals, my husband's company, for purchasing a badge. Like he had a choice. Thank you for purchasing a badge. Taylor, thank you for purchasing a badge. The Snap Sniper, thank you for purchasing a badge. Miss Stephanie Blair, again, thank you for purchasing a badge. Okay. Yes, Taylor, you need better friends. I mean, you my sister in my head, so we already there. Okay. Next question. Now, this person asked like 3 questions, so I'm going to just take a second to read which of the 3 I think will be the most impactful, and that's the one that I'm going to answer. Okay, I'm going to go with this one. So she says, what's the best dating app for people who are 30 plus and professionals? What's the best dating app for 30 plus aged professionals? All right. So I have some highlights on my page, right? My favorite highlights are, of course, the testimonials, right? The receipts. But a very important highlight that I have on my page are FAQs, frequently asked questions. And one of the number 1 questions that I receive are, which apps are good apps? I literally just answered this question 20 minutes ago in an interview that I did, right? I cannot answer that question. And that's what my FAQ says on my page. You, me, nobody can answer the question, what are the best dating apps? Because each app is created for a particular purpose. It is perfect for its purpose. So Instagram is an amazing video and sharing app. I would say it's a terrible music app. Why is it a terrible music app? Because it wasn't created to share music. Can you do it? Yes, but that's not its purpose. There are dating apps that are made for the purpose of younger people, made for the purpose of older people, made for Jews, made for Christians. There are farming apps, farmers apps, right? Apps made for farmers. There are apps that are created to connect people in rural areas, apps that are created to connect people in every area, apps that are created for hookups, apps that are created for marriage. The question isn't what's a good app. The question is what's a good app for you. In my best Spanish, para tú, right? Not para mí, because me, Maddie, right? So it's not about what's a good app. What is the best app for you? How do you figure that out? This is also in my FAQs that's on my page, guys. So for more of this, when this live is done, do not leave me, right? Check it out. How do you decide which app is the best app for you? The way that you decide which app is the best app for you is Google. That's how you do it. Well, Alison, what do I Google? You're going to Google top 10 apps in Brooklyn, top 10 dating apps in Texas, top 10 dating apps in Chicago, in Miami, in Dallas, in Houston, in wherever, right? That's step 1. You're going to Google what other people have already gathered data and evidence around. That's step 1, right? Google. From there, you know your demographic and you have a relative idea of the demographic of the people you want to date. You want to now narrow your search. If I have my top 10, then I want to know which of those top 10 have people my age range 35, right? So Googling top 10 in your city, and then who has, which apps have people who are in their 30s, which apps have people in their 50s, in their 70s, in their 20s, whatever age you are, right? The next piece may or may not apply to you. If you know that you're very particular about which race that you intend on dating or which religion you intend on dating, you're then going to Google from your 10. You've now narrowed it down based on your age. You're now going to narrow it down again based on the race or the religion of those who are on the apps. So, for instance, if I am Jewish and I know I'm very passionate about dating Jewish people, I'm going to Google top 10 dating apps in New York City. And then I'm going to Google how many Jews are on and then go through those 10. I mean, the easy answer is going to be JDate, right? If you know about that. Christian Mingle or other Christian-based dating apps. There are dating apps for everybody. There are dating apps for people who have STIs. There are dating apps for people who are small. Like, trust me, do your Googles. Now, some of you might be thinking, Alison, you've been talking for 2 minutes about dating apps and you done wore me out. I got to Google this? Yes. Yes, do your research. You are looking for the partner for the rest of your life. That's 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, depending on how old you are, depending on how long you live, right? So you telling me you can't take 30 minutes to do some Googles? You better do them Googles. You don't mind doing Googles when you're looking up the restaurant menu, right? You don't mind that. You don't mind doing your Googles when you're trying to find the best price for a pair of shoes. You don't mind doing your Googles for everything else when you're trying to figure out whether or not you got COVID or not, right? Checking the symptoms again because you're not sure. Do your Googles. Stop being lazy. This is the person you can have for the rest of your life. Do the research. Okay? Okay. I don't even know what the question was. Did I even address the question, y'all? Oh, best dating apps. So there is no hard and fast answer. do some Googles based on your location, your city, your demographics, and then potentially the demographics of who you want to date. If you're a little bit more open-minded, you don't have to do step 3. Those are going to be the best dating apps for you. For you. Thank you for those who are just joining. My name is Alison. I'm a certified dating and relationship coach. I primarily, but not exclusively, work with singles to help them find the love and commitment that they deserve through coaching programs and masterclasses and ebooks, some paid, some free. Click the link in my bio after this live stream to see all the services that I have to offer for you. Okay. I don't know what pH is. I'm thinking pH. It might not be the same pH you're talking about. Facts only. So let me know. Oh, facts only. Haha, I got it. Okay. So next question. Ooh. How do you think couples should handle social media? Likes, comments, etc. How do you think couples should handle social media? Likes, comments, etc. So, I think that it's so funny. I was just talking about social media to Paris earlier today. Oh, that's pH? Oh, man, I'm behind in the times, y'all. I'm so sorry. We got to get back to that another week. I was just talking to Paris about this earlier, like how the metaverse, and I don't really understand the metaverse. I don't really get it, right? But we're kind of living in it already, right? Like we are more concerned about our appearance online in the virtual space than we are about our appearance in the real world. We're going to throw filters on. We're going to get apps that are going to give us abs or bring our waist in or do whatever. We want to front for people online more than we want to front or really become the people in reality, because we don't really care as much about who we might see in the street, but we care a lot more about how we're perceived online. So we're already kind of living in a virtual reality, right? I will be face to face with my friend at a restaurant, not me, because I make an effort to be like in the now, right? I will be face to face with my friend, and then I'm gonna be scrolling on the phone. I'm gonna be scrolling on and then paying attention to a virtual world more than my reality. So we're kind of already in the metaverse. What I mean, again, I don't really know shit about the metaverse. You get my point, right? So how should couples handle social media? I know this might not be a popular response, but I think this should be handled very similarly to how you would handle it in the real world, right? So if someone came up to you in the real world and said something to you that you think was disrespectful to you or to your relationship, I would like to imagine that you would correct them expeditiously, right? You would say, no, thank you. You would say, I'm involved in a relationship. You would say, I'm married. You would say whatever in order to draw the boundary so this person knows, this is in real life, this person knows you are not interested in them romantically, right? My expectation is that you would do the same thing online. Likes, I can't control. I cannot log into someone else's Instagram and block me, right? So I cannot control whether or not someone likes my photos. But the comments, I have relative control over in the sense of whether it stays on my profile, which I'm with the quickness to start a block party. I love block parties. I'm blocking everybody if you disrespect me or mine, right? You can delete the comment. You can DM them and say it's inappropriate. You can comment right underneath it. So my expectation online is that I am correcting the behavior just like I would correct it if it was in reality. If a gentleman approached me in reality and tried to talk to me, I would cut him off. And if a gentleman tried to talk to me online, I would cut him off. If a gentleman said something that was inappropriate to me in person, if I felt safe, I would correct his behavior. And I'm definitely doing it online too. And online is even easier because then I'm going to just introduce you to the block party. And you could join everybody else because I love it. All right? That's how I see it. Likes, I can't do nothing about. And I don't think anyone should be pissed about a like. But if there are comments that are inappropriate, DMs that are inappropriate, and they're not deleted or blatantly and obviously corrected and put back where they belong, right? Then I think that there is room for a conversation about why those comments make you feel that way and or what behavior needs to happen to stop those comments from happening. Now, can we talk about the content? Now, if you're getting comments and likes based on a photo or a video that may be perceived as sexual in nature and your partner's uncomfortable with that, the issue isn't the comments and the likes. The issue is the fact that your partner feels uncomfortable about the content. So who liked it and who commented is one story versus babe, I don't feel comfortable when you go shirtless and you have on those gray sweatpants and then you take selfies in the gym because you know what kind of attention it brings you. Now, unless you're a physical trainer and so it makes sense that you got to show you're sexy so you could reel in your customers, then we need to have a conversation about the content. Babe, I don't feel comfortable when you post photos of you in your very short shorts and bra. That's another conversation. So content, I know you didn't bring up, but I think there needs to be a convo around that. If the content is quote unquote inappropriate or questionable, because appropriate or inappropriate is questionable, right? It's debatable. If it's questionable, then we just need to have a conversation around that content and why you feel a need to post it. Does it make sense with your brand, with your business? Is it in alignment with what you do? Like, do you need to post that kind of content? But I know y'all ain't say all that, so let me stay on focus. Remember, we got 22 questions. All right. Next question. How do you put yourself back on the dating scene after many failed relationships? How do you put yourself back on the dating scene after many failed relationships? What you do is you click the link in my bio. You're going to tap on the second button, which is the free training, The Partner You Deserve. I talk for an hour and 20 minutes about how to get yourself back onto the dating scene with a new lens and a new focus so you can find the partner that you deserve. So how do you put yourself back into the dating scene after many failed relationships? You click the link in my bio, you tap the second button. I talk about it for a whole hour and 20 minutes. Whole hour and 20 minutes, which I don't have right now. My quick answer to you is you need to do an analysis on why the relationship failed or why they keep failing, because I know y'all not going to like this, but you are the common denominator, right? You and Tommy failed. You and James not going to like this. You and James failed. You and Aaron failed. You and Michael failed, right? You're the common denominator. So we need to do an analysis as to why those relationships keep failing. Now, it doesn't mean that whatever they did to you, you deserved per se, right? And please don't bring, what if they're abusive? We're not talking about that. Okay? So we need to have a conversation as to why you keep choosing those types of people, why they're attracted to you. Even if they're attracted to you, again, why do you still choose these types of people? Why are you in this cycle? But my first step would be analyze what went wrong. And my long answer is, or my short answer is, click the link in my bio, tap the second button for the free training, an hour and 20 minutes where I talk all about it. Is this Hoisha? Hi, Hoisha. I keep picking the wrong person. Let's talk about why that's the case. And maybe we need to do some analysis on the way that you make choices, right? Like the methodology that you use to make your choices. What are your standards? What are your expectations? Do you make those things clear? Do you stand your ground, or do you say, oh, he's cute, so I can let this go. Oh, he drives a nice car, so I can let this go. Oh, his mom really likes me, so I can let this go. So this is more than what can be answered in a live stream. Click the link in my bio. Start with the free 99. The free 99 is amazing. And then if you think that the free 99 was really good, but you still need some one-on-one, then click the link in my bio and get that one-on-one. But this ain't the place for it. Okay? I love you. All right. Is this a two-parter? Because it starts a little incomplete. Oh, okay. One feels like they do more than the other. How do you bring it up without hurting feelings or starting an argument? Thank you, Bree. Tune into all of Alison's content. I promise dating will be so different for you. Keep going. Thank you. I appreciate that. One feels like they are doing more than the other. How do you bring it up without hurting feelings or starting an argument? So the first thing I would say is feelings are going to get hurt. Oh, well. In life, we experience a myriad of feelings, right? It's on a spectrum. Sometimes your feelings will be hurt and it's okay. You will live. You will not bleed out because your feelings are hurt. And sometimes you may have to have a disagreement. Now, if the question is how do you avoid arguments, that is a very long-winded response, which unfortunately we can't get into right now. And I hate to do the click the link in my bio and tap, because this is not an effort to sell, but really click the link in my bio and buy, because I can't answer it right now on this. How to avoid arguments, right? And it's a whole thing about being better communicators and blah, blah, blah. And actually, I am Taylor Chandler is a therapist, and she is an expert on improving your communication. So Taylor, put some emojis up in the comments so folks can reach out to you specifically. I know that communication is your thing, right? So the avoiding argument is a whole skill set that you need to learn. Hurting feelings is something that you have to suck up. You suck it up. Like, people hurt feelings all the time. You will be okay. But holding on to this feeling as though you're giving, and you're not receiving equitably is problematic and will only stoke the fire. It is in your best interest to attack, and I say attack like for the point of painting a picture, not literally, to attack the issue by being direct. You holding every day that you are pouring more into this relationship and you don't feel like it's being equally met is another day where you're going to be pissed off and it's going to continue to build. It is in your best interest to address the situation expeditiously. May you hurt this person's feelings? You may. They will be all right. They will not die. Learning how to avoid an argument is something that's a skill set that needs to be built over time, which unfortunately we can't get into right now. But you can reach out to me, or again, I am Taylor Chandler. She is on this live stream. She can go ahead and put some more comments up or emojis up again. Reach out to the experts and learn that skill set. It is a skill set of how to avoid arguments. I can tell you what I do real quick. How do I avoid what I think could be an argument? It may not even be an argument. Sometimes we make stuff bigger than what it is. Sometimes we conflate issues. It don't even be that serious, right? But if I'm concerned that I'm going to be starting a negative interaction with my husband, which I think is a better term than argument, I pick and choose my battles. It seems like this is a battle that's worth fighting because you don't went on my Instagram and sent me a note, right? I pick and choose my battles. Like, do I really need to complain about this? And does this need to be discussed right now? Those are my two questions. And if the answer is, I don't need to talk about it, like it is just not that serious, and or it is that serious, but I don't need to talk about it right now, I pick and choose my battles. Now, we don't have a lot of battles to pick or choose from, but if I do, I'm gonna wait. If my husband comes home and he's annoyed at work and I want to tell him like I need him to do something or he didn't do something I asked him to do, I'm gonna wait. That's just a simple one. Super simple. But again, it clearly bothers you. So you need to get with someone to learn those skills of how to communicate more effectively. Now, mind you, this is not a one-way street. You could communicate all day and all night. And if her communication, let me not be presumptuous, the other person's communication skills are poor, then you still might end up in that argument or a one-sided argument. So this is also something that might be combated by getting into some kind of coaching or therapy. Okay. All right. Somebody said bye. All right. And somebody just joined. Hey, Karma in the City. Thank you for joining. I don't think I've seen your name before. Next question. How soon after starting a relationship do you discuss finances? Ooh. How soon after starting a relationship should you discuss finances? So, let me tell you. I like to talk about money. I like to be transparent about money in the conversations that I have with people, right? These are my friends. These are, coworkers, if the conversation allows, right? So I start talking about money immediately. Our second set of thread text messages, our second phone call, our first date. I like to talk about money. I want to talk about the real estate industry. I want to talk about the fact that Zillow's about to lose billions of dollars because they thought that they were going to go in, purchase a whole bunch of homes, flip them, and then take advantage of people in their reselling, and they lost, right? I want to talk about the metaverse, and I have no idea about it, and please teach me. And I want to talk about cryptocurrency, and I want to talk about futures, and I want to talk about student debt, and I want to talk about that Biden said he was going to take care of it, but didn't, and I still didn't get my 10K. And I want to talk about my home purchasing, and I want to talk about money. I think that money is great, and I want to talk about it. So I think first you want to build a foundation of discussing money in general. Now, I didn't say I'm asking him what his student loan debt is, right? On our second text or our second call or our first date. I didn't say that I'm asking him about how much does he have invested in cryptocurrency, because if you ain't on the cryptocurrency train, right? But I'm definitely building a foundation of I talk about money. and I'm transparent about money. And I think it's something that should not be taboo amongst colleagues, amongst friends, right? I want to know how much you're getting paid. I'm going to tell you how much I'm getting paid. Like, I'm just not doing it, right? So I want to talk about it, period. That's number one. So I'm going to establish an environment and a relationship that is supportive of talking about money. From there, I'm going to start throwing in things about my money, because I know for other people, money is taboo. For me, I'm making an effort to break through and make it not so, right? So from there, I'm going to begin to introduce private information about my own money, my own finances. So I would say something like, the first time I checked my credit, I was 25 years old. I was at 630. And I'm like, how the hell did I get here? And then boom, I realized how I got there. It was my Bloomingdale's card, and I was buying Emilio Pucci, and I was buying Gucci, and I was buying all this type of stuff. I did not pay my bills on time. When I finally paid it off, I cut the card off. Everybody knows who knows you absolutely don't do this. You don't pay late. You keep it under 30%. But I was 18. I didn't know those things, right? So when I was 25 and I checked my credit for the first time and it was at 630, that was a wake-up call for me. And since then, I've been making a gallant effort, I hope that's a real word, to increase my credit score. And now I'm in the 750s. I'm really excited about it. It's been a lot of work. I mean, that was 10 years ago. It didn't take me 10 years, but you get the point, right? And I'm sure I made mistakes in between, but I'm really excited about how far I've gotten in the last 10 years since I started my credit journey. That's my real story, by the way, right? It was the Emilio Pucci. I still own those shoes. I still own the Gucci's too. So anywho, and they still fit, but they're kind of out of style. Point is that I've introduced money to our environment and made it a safe space. I've spoken about my own financial struggles, right? And so now if I then ask you, well, have you had struggles in the past in regards to credit, and are you working on it? It's not outrageous. I've already established an environment where we talk about money. I've shared my own personal struggles with my credit. So now to talk to you about it is not outrageous. If I would say, again, establish the environment because money matters to me, finances matter to me, I'm establishing this environment that's safe. And then I'm going to say, true story. I went to Brooklyn College. I did my undergrad in education. I had a 2.8 GPA. I decided I wanted a master's degree in counseling. Brooklyn College would not accept me in the master's program without a 3.0. Brooklyn College said that I could take some classes unmatriculated, show them that I was smart, right, and worthy, and then they would allow me to do my master's program. I was 21 and I said, nah, I am not spending a semester taking classes unmatriculated to prove to you my worth. The only reason I had a 2.0 or 2.8 is because I was on the cheerleading team and I didn't take this stuff seriously. So I decided to go to private school, the College of New Rochelle. I was a fool. My tuition for 2 years was $40,000. It could have been $16,000 if I went to Brooklyn College. So now my student debt started at $40K. I've been paying it off diligently and on time. However, I do have some K's left on it. Someone said I'm softening the battlefield. Yeah. So I'm creating an environment where we're talking about money. I'm telling you my own financial struggles. I'm telling you how I'm able to persevere, or I'm still going through my journey. And so if I say to you, so what about you with student debt? Are you still making it through, or were your parents able to pay? Whatever. You introduce your own stuff, people are going to be way more inclined to talk about it. So for me, who is my personal life mantra to talk about money openly, like I just did with y'all. 68 of y'all know what my GPA was, what my credit score is, and how much student loan I have. And there's going to be another 1,000 listens to this video thereafter. Y'all know my business. Can y'all steal my identification as a result? No. But I can tell y'all because I want to create an environment where we're open like that. So to answer the question that you asked 5 minutes ago, so sorry. Wait. How soon do you start talking about finances? Immediately. Create an environment where we're talking about the stock market. Create an environment where we're talking about the student loan debt and the crisis that we're in as a country. Talk about credit. Talk about purchasing a home and whatever, right? Down payments and closing costs and all of these things. You start there and then you share a little bit about yourself and then you flip the script. What about you? Have you struggled with your credit score? Did you have a parent who took out bills under your Social Security? You didn't even know it and didn't find out till later and blah, blah, blah. Create an environment where someone feels comfortable. And that Ooh la la. Can y'all hear me? I just got the 20% thingy, and please, Lord, make sure y'all can hear me because I don't want to have to start this live over again. I hope so. All right, I'm going to just keep talking, and I'm going to hope for the best. And yeah, let me know if you can still hear me. Okay. Okay. I think so. I think we're good. There's a delay. I'm waiting. Yay. Okay, yay. Thank you, Kel's Coupons. You can hear me. And you know what? Let me get the charger now. Let me stop playing. Because then it's going to go to 10% and then all this other kind of stuff. And I'm going to be sad. Okay, charger. Be my friend. Thank y'all for staying on the live stream for so long. I've been on for 40 minutes and y'all still going. Anyone who is just joining, my name is Alison. I'm a certified dating and relationship coach. I primarily work with singles to help them find the love and commitment that they deserve through my coaching programs and my master classes. You can click the link in my bio. You can scroll through and see what I have for the free 99. You can scroll through and see what I have for the paid 99. And then for my coaching programs, the super paid 99. Okay, because I know my worth and I know what I deliver. Click on the testimonials. You will see. All right. I feel like I answered this question 1,000 times, so I'm going to go with another one. Okay. Is it best to live with your partner before marriage? Is it best to live with your partner before marriage? My take is yes. Obviously, I'm not a very religious woman. I believe in God. I pray every single day, maybe sometimes twice a day. However, when it comes to those particular religious beliefs about waiting to be married before living together, I do not agree with that. I would like, and I would imagine that most people would like to get a preview to see how a person functions on a day-to-day basis. And that will help you to decide whether or not this is an appropriate match for you. So the question is it best to live with your partner before marriage? I say yes. I know that some people are fearful of living with a partner before marriage because they think of the whole expression like, why buy the cow if you can get the milk for free? I don't subscribe to that ideology. My thought is if both parties believe in the sanctity of marriage, then having access to this supposed milk would not make the difference because they were going to get married regardless. And if you're the right match, then they were going to get married to you regardless. So even if I have access, if I want access for the rest of my life, because my assumption is that this person may not stick around if I don't give them the level of commitment that they want, then I'm going to buy that cow, right? If I want to ensure to the best of my ability that this cow doesn't run off to somebody else's farm, then I'm going to want to buy the cow. So I believe that it's a good idea to live with a partner before marriage because, yes, I want to get a preview. I'd like to see how this person functions. And I think that living together will give you insight on just that. And perhaps change your mind on whether or not you want to marry that person, which will save you not only money, but heartache. Get some insight. That's my opinion. And it can absolutely be wrong. And I wouldn't argue if you guys said no. I see Golden Heart for You says no. She wants to wait until marriage. I respect it. So Miss Sassy says, how soon after, you put a word there, don't blame me, I can read, girl. So then how soon after entering the committed relationship do you consider a joint bank account? I'm not doing joint bank accounts until I'm married. That I'm not doing. Right? You got your account, I got my account, we can pay these bills together. I'm not joining bank accounts until I'm legally married. Nope. Sorry. That's another level of commitment that I would need before I decide to join accounts. I'm joining accounts when our names are the same. I thought you were going to say something else, like how long will it take for you to decide whether or not you should move in together? That depends on a lot of things. I think that depends on, and I know this isn't nice, but reality, finances. I think it just also depends on where you live. You're in New York, you're going to tend to move in a little bit faster because when you're spending a whole lot of money on rent, but you're spending 5 days or 5 nights with somebody else, you may want to consider that this is not a practical decision to continue to pay 2 separate sets of rent. Again, I know that no, don't apologize, girl. Sazzy, I'm notorious for not being able to read. So that's why I had to blame you because people come on here and laugh and say Alison can't read. But I know that it's not romantic. I know it's not warm, but deciding whether or not you should move in together is going to be some level of practicality. And then it's also going to be an emotional decision on whether or not you're ready for that level of commitment, because that is the next step. That's how you decide. Even though you ain't asked me all that, but I just want to throw it in there. Okay. Gosh. Oh, okay. I'm not that much off. I don't think. Sorry, y'all. I gotta do some scrolling. Okay. Is there a difference between living in the moment and going with the flow? No. And if you've been following me for more than 10 minutes, you know how I feel about going with the flow. I'm not doing it. I don't do it with anything. I didn't go with the flow when I went to school, the first or the second time, or the third time. I didn't go with the flow when I purchased this house with my husband. I didn't go with the flow when we bought a car. I didn't go with the flow, like with anything. I'm not going with the flow. My life has purpose. You know, you know what? The last time I went with the flow was recently, and that's when, my friends and I went to Houston. And the only reason we went with the flow and didn't plan in advance is because we're all super busy and didn't have time to plan an appropriate itinerary. So we had a place to sleep that was popping, and we had a flight, and we figured out what we was going to do when we get there. Other than that, and we had the appropriate finances to do so. Other than that, I'm not going with no flows. You can flow yourself right out of this. Out of this. Whatever this is, out of my life. Flow yourself right out. Thank you. Okay. Do you believe that people can change for who they love, or are they only compromising? Do you believe that people can change for who they love? Okay. This is a good question. Excuse me. Good question. I want to get the wording right. I believe that people change for themselves, or should change for themselves, which may be in response to their desire to make the other person happy. So can someone change for someone else or for who they love? Yes, they can. Should they change for somebody else? You should change for you, because you think that it's for your best interest. So if this person desires that you're more financially stable, if this person desires that you are more physically fit, if this person desires that you communicate better, those are all good things. And those are all things that we should all be working on consistently. And so if what the person is asking for is something that would be beneficial to them, then you should change for you, which also by default benefits all of your relationships. So if I'm more fit, that's beneficial directly to me. I'm probably going to live longer, a more fulfilling life. I'm going to have more quality time with my loved ones. Ergo, it positively impacts you, right? If I improve, oh no, my iPad died and I definitely didn't put on the charger. That might be the end of our live stream. That's awkward. If you decide that you want to have better communication skills, so you go on YouTube, you listen to podcasts, you hire a therapist, you hire a coach, you do whatever, that is for your direct benefit. Now you're going to be able to communicate and more effectively. Ergo, that improves your relationships with others. But should you be actively changing your behaviors or your character for the benefit of someone else, or because they think it's something that you should do and you don't believe that it's something that needs to be changed? No, because I don't think it's sustainable. I don't think it's sustainable. I am pro-Black, right? I define myself as a pro-Black person. I want what's best for my community and every community that I'm involved with first, and then every other community thereafter, right? So if I was dating a guy and this guy said to me, oh, you shouldn't be worrying about the Black community, they'll be okay, whatever, right? Then I'm not going to change my belief system and something that is core to who I am as a human being and how I was raised, right? Because I want to get along better. And if I tried, it's not sustainable. So at first I'll say, okay, yeah, you're right. I guess I should be more for self and not necessarily for the community, right? And then 2 weeks later, he's going to catch me listening to a Malcolm X speech. And then a month later, he's going to catch me donating to some organization. And then 6 weeks later, he's going to catch me. Like, it's not sustainable because it's core to who I am. If I had a desire to change that, which I absolutely don't and never will, then okay, I changed my belief system. I changed my standards, I change who I'm for, then I change it for me, and by default he wins. But I'm not changing who I am unless I believe it's problematic. And again, it's not going to be sustainable unless I believe it's problematic. Let me be more practical. One of the behaviors that I had that was terrible was that I'm extremely argumentative. You guys can tell I'm passionate. I used to be extremely argumentative. I talk about it all the time, and I apologize for those who have heard this speech 1,000 times, right? So much so that I found joy in making other people feel stupid. Joy. That's sickening. Like, it's one thing for you to like to have a healthy debate. It's another thing for finding joy in other people feeling like shit, right? So that was a behavior about me that's nasty. I recognize that it's nasty. I recognize it's problematic. So I've worked on it so that I'm less argumentative. Think back 20 minutes when I said I pick and choose my battles, right? And then by default, my husband wins because he has to deal with a less argumentative woman than someone before him, right? Or anyone after him if I didn't change my behavior. My friends win because I pick and choose my battles and I don't push back all the time and be argumentative and nasty and blah, 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 right? And find joy in them feeling stupid and I feel so smart. But if he said to me, babe, you're argumentative, and I said, no, I'm not, and I'm not going to change it. And even if I said, okay, I tried, but I didn't even believe that I was, and I didn't see how problematic it was in my relationship, it wouldn't be sustainable. In 6 weeks, I'd be back to the foolishness. So again, I'm also talking a lot because I'm trying to wait for my iPad to turn back on so I can get the rest of the questions for the Q&A, but I don't think that's going to happen today. And I'm getting to the end of my hour anyway. Point is that if I didn't recognize that this was problematic and have a desire to change it within me first, then no one else is going to benefit because, again, it's not sustainable. So can someone change because of love? Yes. Can they even maybe grow a desire because they love this person so much that they could grow a desire, but is it going to be sustainable unless they truly see that their behavior is problematic? I doubt it. So I think it might be beyond you. It might be beyond you convincing this other person. It may take time. It may take losing you for them to realize that this behavior is problematic and it needs change. I don't think you can love bad behavior out of people. They have to make a decision. They have to decide that this is a problem that's not serving them or behavior that's not serving them, and then put in the necessary work, either for free 99 books and things of that nature, or paid 99, investing in yourself to change the behavior. I hope that answers your question. And unfortunately, the iPad God said it's a dub. It's a dub for all of us. So on that note, anyone who is just joining, have no fear. IGTV is here. I'm going to be saving this live stream for you to check out at your leisure. If you have found any value in what I have had to say today, please go ahead and share my page. And it could be this live or any other post that you see with a friend and say, sis knows what she's talking about. You should follow. You should engage. I don't want just to follow. I want people who are going to engage and sometimes push back and sometimes disagree respectfully so that we can grow in who we are as individuals, learn from the experiences of others, and again, like you know about me, make an impact on our community. So, beautiful people, it has been a pleasure. Please go ahead and share my content. Let's have a conversation. Let's engage with each other. Let's work on building our community so that we are healthier in our relationships with ourselves and in others. Oh, 10 out of 10. Definitely recommend. Thank you, girlfriend. And if you are looking to work with me, because this live was amazing, balls, but it really doesn't attack your particular issues, go ahead and click the link in my bio. I do one-on-one sessions, 30 minutes or an hour, and I have full-fledged coaching programs, particularly the Partner You Deserve, which teaches you how to navigate the dating scene successfully so that you can find the partner you deserve. Coaching programs are an investment. I ain't gonna lie to you. If you're not paying a few racks or more, then that program may not yield you the results that you're looking for. However, what's more important than the relationships you have with yourself, or relationship you have with yourself, and the relationships you have with others? And no disrespect, respectfully, if you've been unsuccessful thus far, then you need help from somebody. That somebody may not be me, because you may not like my approach, right? I might be a little bit too high strung. I may be a little bit too aggressive. Maybe you need a little bit more hand holding. Maybe you don't like my cadence. Maybe you don't like my accent, but I mean, you gotta love this here. Nonetheless, invest in yourself with somebody who's gonna help you get to the results that you desire. All right, folks. Again, I'm saving this live so you can check it out in 2 minutes. As soon as I slide and I find the right picture. Matter of fact, let me do it now. Okay, good. So hopefully when I save this live and I go to choose the cover, I can go all the way to the end and I can find that and it's long enough and I don't look crazy. All right, folks, it has been amazing. Oh, somebody says, it's been great to see your growth. Thank you. All right, girl. Going and growing, or whatever they say. All right, bye, y'all. Gotta go. Bye.